Hey guys! I want to tell you my story from yesterday. I wanted to go to Daryl's house and do his dreadlocks around 1 p.m. So I get in the car and I try to start it and it didn't start. So obviously the battery died. So what am I going to do now? I tried to kickstart it with cords and stuff, and we had to find them with the neighbors, which was kind of a mission, but eventually we got it working. So I hit the road towards Brisbane, which would be like an hour and a half away. So I'm on the highway driving, and I drove for like half an hour or something, but then I missed an exit. Oops. Because I don't have a navigation system, so I had to write it down and then have it on my cell phone, and I did a screenshot of it, and I missed the exit towards Brisbane. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's not too bad, I just take the next one. So I did, and turned around, and you would assume that if you go around there's another exit towards Brisbane, but I just realized that Australians just don't know how to build streets. So I drive and drive and drive, and there is no exit towards Brisbane, and I'm like, so this is gonna take longer. I didn't realize that my gas almost ran out, and so in the middle of the highway, I'm like in the middle of the 3 lanes, and my car does and it dies, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to like go over to the other lane and go on the side because my car didn't do anything. And I'm like, holy fuck. So eventually I managed to pull over, and everybody was like honking and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, in the middle of the highway. So I'm on this little bit of road where you can like just be for you know, emergencies. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do now? I don't have gas, I don't have a cell phone that's working, so I don't have a navigation system, or I couldn't call anybody. And I'm like, shit, I'm stuck on the road, in the middle of the highway, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, So, half naked as I was, like this, I hop out of the car and I start hitchhiking. And I was like, this close to panicking, but I managed not to lose myself. So I'm on the highway and being like, hey, anybody stops, and people honking and stuff, and I'm like, I don't need your honk, I need gas. And unbelievably, after like 5 minutes roundabout, a car stops, and I'm like, yeah, that's my rescue. And a guy comes out and he's like, hey beautiful, what do you need help with? And I'm like, I need gas, I ran out of gas and I don't have a cell phone. And he's like, oh, I have one in my truck. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. You know, in Germany, if you would ask somebody for gasoline, they would be crazy. Nobody carries gasoline with you. But since it's a lot of countryside over here, people obviously just have that. And I'm like, so yeah, he helps me out, and then we drove to the next gas station, and I spent the last 20 bucks I had on gas. Yeah, and he asks me eventually where I have to go. So I tell him, yeah, I have to go to Daryl's house, which is close to Brisbane. And he's like, yeah, you can manage to go there for 20 bucks. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm safe. So we look it up on a map, and Kitty has a book with him, and so we look it up, and he's like, oh, actually that's outside of Brisbane, so you're not even halfway there. And I'm like, oh no. So yeah, that's why I'm back in Surfers right now. So I just turned around and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I really tried, but that was some anxiousness there, and I didn't lose myself. That was really cool. And the guy, who was named John, by the way, was my guardian angel for that day. Thank you, John. Yeah, so there are a lot of people out there that help you in situations like that. And what I want to say is, don't lose your head. Don't go crazy. My daddy always says, calm down. First thing you gotta do in a situation like that, calm down, ease out, think about it, and then act. And yeah, my universe was helping me by just, you know, letting it take in like 5 minutes, and somebody shows up and helps me. And I told him I couldn't even give him any reward for it, and he's like, you don't need to. And so I just gave him a big hug and a kiss and said, thank you, man, thank you for my guardian angel that day.